So the equipment...
It's being phased out.
Right, it's being phased out.
So.
But it's still used for die cuts and things like that in commercial shops. So the equipment is basically designed around relief plates that are type high. So I have an example over here, I'm sorry.
Hopefully you all have, you've seen the type, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you guys all saw it in the other shop. So, you want to hold it?
Sure.
You hold that one, hold this.
AV equipment.
Okay, so the equipment is designed to print relief plates that are specific heights. But since we both also have kind of hybrid backgrounds, we've found many ways to make the equipment work without just using movable type. For instance, this image it just says, "Thank you, best wishes for 2012. So this is designed on the computer. Designed on the computer. The plate was etched, mounted to a block to be type high. So, and in the same, so it's a relief plate that's type high.
Well, this is like digital output. This is a contemporary translation of what used to be cast to create that same 0.98. 918, yeah. It's a very precise, but it all syncs up with the equipment, right? So you can get a predictable result going from, because there's a proof press and there's also a production press, and you need to be able to get consistent results going from one to the next. So,
and also, so this is a plate actually from the fine art, one of our fine art editions. So it's the same thing, it's metal that's been etched, and then we mount it to basically a block that's type high. So we kind of have I guess a broad view of letterpress. For us, it's...
Can I point out, this is maybe a little, we're edging into proprietary, but this is, you can actually see how this was registered, and this is actually not how, this is a fine art process that Mike Sims would use, where all the paper is punched, and so you would have very precise registration in this process, whereas in letterpress that doesn't happen, and you can get pretty good registration, like if you have a Heidelberg, or if you have high-end equipment, but typically pin registration isn't really possible on a production letterpress. So this is one of those right here, and no one else would see this but someone like you who's actually coming in here and looking closely. Right.
Get in really close.
What's going
now
on.
it's out of focus.
But this is a great example of a kind of hybrid process that's unique because of Cece's background at Mike Sims, and because of the ways we had to develop process specifically for this job.
So this is like this piece here. It gets laid on top of that.
We mount this. So in this situation, this got mounted, but it had to be mounted also with pins. So it was a pretty complicated situation. Not at all really like production, like commercial production. It's a different kind of thing.
And so what kind of ink are you using?
We use oil-based ink and archival paper. So I think, if you're looking at, it's decommissioned commercial equipment. If you're looking at the most efficient way to print, you're not going to go to letterpress. But I think letterpress offers archival, long-lasting, physical, I know it's a print, but I still feel it as a physical object. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty traditional material.
So this is an aqua type? Is that what this is? This plate here?
Oh, just an etch plate.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's a fine art print that they're rearranging to make it work in the letterpress printer.
Yeah. Right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do it. It looks like...
Right. Essentially, it's the same thing as this movable type. It's metal that's been etched to a specific image, and we can basically...
This is magnesium.
Yeah.
This is cast lead.
So to me, theoretically, it's the same. If this is a relief print or a letterpress print, I'm not sure.
But that's where I was headed to, what
Right.
are you calling it?
This,
Really print.
this we would call a relief print. But I think that when we look at the cards, though, I mean, we definitely consider